Good morning, ladies, or good evening, or good afternoon, whenever you might be taking this recording. I am going to record our Sunday yoga session because I won't be back yet. So you are welcome to take this anytime you'd like. We are going to be focusing on the fifth chakra. So our throat chakra, our voice, creativity, communication. I think with all the voices that we're hearing today, whether through the media, friends and family, it's important that we take time to reconnect to our own intuitive and authentic voice. And that's what we'll be doing this morning. So I invite you to start. Maybe you can play some gentle music. We're just going to start by settling in. Maybe you're sitting on a pillow or a block. Kind of want your knees to be below your hips. And just start to settle on your mat. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Just starting to reconnect with your body, reconnecting to your breath, quieting your I think some people think the goal of yoga or meditation is to completely clear the mind, but there will always be thoughts racing. Our goal is to detach from those thoughts, to recognize them as passing, and to trust that the important ones will return to us. Inhale a little bit deeper, filling the abdomen, exhaling, open mouth, let it all go. Your next inhale, bring your arms up high overhead. Exhale, releasing them down to the mat. Let's do that again. Inhale, long and tall shoulders, stay relaxed. Exhale them down to the mat. And maybe you just start to rock the neck, the chin, down to the chest, and up to the sky. Feeling the contraction through the front of the throat and the expansion through the back of the neck as you bring the chin to chest. And then the opening of the front of the throat as the chin lifts to the sky. Inhaling chin to chest, exhaling chin to sky. Inhale the arms high again. This time exhaling, left hand down to the mat and right hand to the side of the head. Gently bring the right ear to the left shoulder. Inhale, finding that space between the ear and the left shoulder. Exhale to release. Inhale, both arms high and repeat on the other side. Gently releasing the left ear to the left shoulder, the right fingertips to the mat, and finding space between the right ear and the right shoulder. Breathing into that space and then exhaling to release it. Inhale again and we'll take our first gentle twist of class. We'll exhale, opening our bodies to the left, using the thoracic spine to twist the chest towards your left wall. Maybe one hand finds the back of the mat. Maybe your front hand finds your knee. Inhale to lengthen, and on the exhale, maybe the chin starts to move and the gaze starts to drift to the back left corner of the room. Inhale again and exhale into the twist. Inhaling, arms overhead, we'll twist to the right. Inhaling to lengthen, opening up the heart. Exhaling to twist. Again, maybe that chin, that gaze drifts to the back right corner of the room. Inhaling once again through center. Connect the palms, bringing the fingertips right under the chin. And just take a moment here to set an intention for your practice. To truly settle into your mat, into the space. Inhale and exhale to release the palms to the mat. And I want you to roll forward onto your bellies. Maybe you put a blanket under your hips to soften the weight of the body against the floor. Take an inhale and exhale to release your forehead down to the mat. Rolling out through the forehead. Your third eye center is located in the space right between your brows. As you roll the head from left to right, maybe you think about massaging that seed of intuition that exists within all of us. I invite you now on your next inhale to bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And inhale, lifting through the upper spine for a gentle baby cobra. Exhale, release your left cheek to the mat, release your hands. Take an inhale and exhale. Go ahead and place your hands back under your shoulders. And on your next inhale, lifting again into that baby cobra. The tops of the feet root down, the pelvis roots down, and maybe you start to lift the chin. Exhale, releasing the right cheek to the mat. Inhale here and exhale. We're going to find Sphinx next. So bring your thighs to touch, toes, big toes to touch. Your legs are energized, rooting into the ground. Feel your pelvis connect to the earth. Belly button connects to the earth. Bring your shoulders, your elbows under your shoulders or a little bit back. And you'll exhale and really actively drive the bottom of the body into the mat to counter the energy that's driving the heart space forward. Lifting the chin, lifting the back, engaging that opening of the heart, of the throat, and release it all down. Hands by your side. Inhale and exhale to let it all go. On your next inhale, prop yourself up on your left elbow. And I want you to inhale your right arm long and start to bring it behind the body. As you do, bring up the right foot, and maybe you find a gentle opening of the shoulder here, like I'm doing, or maybe you focus more on pulling the heel toward the glute to get more of a quad stretch. Hold for a couple breaths. I'm doing more of a quad stretch here, bringing the heel closer to my glute. Pelvis is still rooted. Feeling that release through the front of my leg, the top of my knee, and release. Go ahead, inhale that left arm long, and do the same on the other side. Finding the stretch that your body needs. Maybe it's the shoulder, so maybe you open more through the side body and don't bring the leg in as much. You almost actually start to use the foot as a lever to pull the shoulder out of the socket a little bit. Or again, maybe you choose to find more of a quad stretch, really pulling the heel closer to the glute, stretching through the front of that leg. There's no right answer here. Exhale, release it down, arms in front, legs out long. We'll finish our practice here on this mat in this position by inhaling to a Superman for a count of 5. On my count, inhale up for 5. 4, hamstrings engaged, pelvis rooted to the earth, spine engaged, arms are long for 3, 2, 1. Let it all go. On your next inhale, send your hips back to the heels. Legs are wide, big toes to touch, child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Remembering that this child's pose position is to lengthen the spine. So really think about rooting the hips back to the heels and then walking those arms out long. Again, that forehead touches the mat. Next, we'll inhale back to our tabletop. We'll take some cat-cows, getting more loosening through the spine. So when you inhale, you bring the heart space forward, and the exhale, the upper spine curls like a cat on Halloween, driving upwards. And just connect that movement to your own breath. Part of yoga, part of focusing on this 5th chakra is finding what your authentic voice is. So whatever that voice is telling you on how to move your body, maybe you want to take big hip circles. Maybe you want to stay static in this hold. Maybe you want to make a bigger cat and cow movement, driving forward and back. That movement is intuitive to you. Give yourself permission to listen to that voice. And when that practice has ended for you, meet me back in that tabletop. We're going to plant through the left palm and extend on the inhale that right arm long. Next, we're going to inhale our left leg back. We're going to do some balancing tabletop. So we're going to inhale, we're going to lift. The heel does not come higher than the glute. It's not here. It's right here. Body in a straight line. Exhale to release. Let the palm come back to the earth. Recenter. Remembering to protect the low back by engaging the abdomen. Inhale, it all lifts. Now this time on the exhale, see if you'd like to bring knee to elbow. On the inhale, you lengthen in opposing directions. And the exhale brings the knee and elbow together to contract through the midline of the body. The chakra energy center is lengthening through the spine, through the root, and then contracting, coming together. One more long exhale, and on the inhale, you release. Palm to the earth, knee to the earth. Take that left hand and roll out the wrist. Inhale it up high overhead, opening up the heart. And then on the exhale, thread it underneath the right arm, dropping the left temple to the earth, and really rooting into that left shoulder. The hips stay lifted and high. Breathing in and exhaling out. Your next inhale brings you back to that tabletop, and exhale to release. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, this time rooting through your right palm. Exhaling the left arm long. Inhaling that that right leg long. We inhale to lift, exhale to release. Again, we'll inhale to lift both leg and arm if you choose. And exhale, you can bring them into the body, to the midline of the body, finding this balancing tabletop flow. Maybe you leave the foot planted and you just want to move with the arm. Maybe you leave the arm planted and you just want to play with moving with the leg. Again, there's no right or wrong way, no one way for this to look or feel. On your next exhale, contract. Inhale, bring it back to tabletop. And go ahead and lift that right wrist and roll it out. Inhale it up high overhead, opening the heart first before you thread that right arm underneath the left shoulder, resting on that right temple, driving that right shoulder into the earth. Breathe to reconnect with your body. Inhale back to your tabletop. So at this point, we're going to start to find our downward dog. So I invite you to inhale, tuck those toes, and exhale, drive those hips high. So I hope you can see how much my knees are bent. If I try to make them straight, I might not be able to go up as high, right? I might be here. I really want to drive back, so it helps to even open up the legs a little bit wider. And the goal is to almost get that abdomen against the thighs. I'm pushing long through my spine, rolling my shoulder blades down the back, releasing the shoulders from my ears. I also want to release the head. Shake it out, yes and no. This upside down position tells the nervous system that you are safe. Inhale deeply and exhale to release. Maybe you start pedaling the feet out left and right. On your next inhale, lengthen, and exhale to shift the weight forward into your plank position. Stacking those shoulders right over the elbows, right over the wrist. Again, the sternum is driving up to the spine, quads are engaged, and the balls of my feet, or the heels, are over the balls of my feet. Send those hips back, release. I left you there for a while. Here we go, we're gonna do that again for a count of 5. So inhale to that plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale back to your downward dog. One more time. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale back to that downward dog. This time on the inhale, just shift the gaze forward. Exhale, walk your feet to the front of your mat. And then go ahead and release into that forward fold. Again, here, shifting that weight forward and back, grabbing opposite elbows, and releasing the head. Shake the head yes and no. Inhale, exhale, keep releasing deeper. The knees can be deeply bent. On your next inhale, first place your palms wherever they might land. You know, maybe they're on your shins or on the ground, or maybe they're to blocks. If you have blocks, that can be really helpful too. We're gonna inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, release it all down. And then inhale, bend the knees deeply and start to roll up all the way up to the top of your mat. Continue inhaling the arms up high overhead, and then exhale the hands to heart center. Go ahead, take that inhale again, arms up overhead. Now gently micro bend in the knees, engage the glutes, engage the core, lifting through the spine, lifting through the arms. Take a gentle back bend. Exhale, come back up. Swan dive, back down, forward fold. Inhale again to that halfway lift. Exhale to release. And go ahead and step your legs back to that high plank. Dropping your knees, we're gonna take a chaturanga. So dropping your knees, start to rotate the elbows in towards the body, lowering the chest to the ground, extend those legs, and then pushing the chest skyward. Take another inhale here and lift the chin. Reminding yourself to find space in the neck. Exhale back to that child's pose. We're gonna inhale back to our downward dog. And this time we're gonna lift up that right leg, rooting through the left. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to shift forward. First you hit that high plank, then you release the foot to the earth. You're gonna inhale to a beautiful high lunge, or you might choose to use blocks and stay supported here. The back ball of the foot wants to stay lifted. So it's sunk into my heel. You actually want to leave it lifted so it's over the ball of the foot. This front leg is in a 90-degree angle. Inhaling long and tall, and maybe you take a slight back bend. On the exhale, I'm just gonna switch sides just to show you. On the exhale, we're gonna shift to our warrior two. So my back left foot, I could slide my front right heel right into the arch of that foot. Excellent. Inhale here, sinking deeper into that front leg, knee over toe, and sinking on that baby, the knife edge of your back foot. Start to feel the energy lifting in that quad. I want you to flip your front palm and inhale to lean and reach back, called reverse warrior, and then exhale, stretching through these obliques. So inhaling back, exhaling forward. One more time, inhaling back, exhaling, bringing you back to straight. Go ahead, shift that right foot so both your feet are facing the front of the mat. Lengthen and then fall forward. Inhale here and exhale. Maybe your hands find the back nape of your neck and just help facilitate that downward release from sacrum through the spine up to the skull. On your next inhale, find a halfway lift and walk the hands back around to the front of your mat. Step that left leg in about half the distance and shift your hips so both your hips want to face the top of your mat. Inhale to lengthen the back, and on the exhale, start to fold over that front leg. Kind of the work here being to stretch the outside, that IT band on the left leg, excuse me, on the right leg. Bending into that right leg, inhale up, lengthen, fold forward, step back to your high plank. Go ahead, send your hips back to that downward dog. We'll repeat that on the other side. Such is real life. Rooting through your right foot, heel, lift that left leg tall. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, placing it down between the palms. Inhale the body up into that low lunge. Maybe you take that little back bend. Exhaling to find your warrior two. Inhale to reverse that warrior. Exhale to flow forward. Inhale, finding length on that left side. Exhale, length on that right side. And on your next inhale, coming to center. Shifting both legs forward and folding forward.
On what go?
Inhale to lengthen and walk those hands to frame the front of that left foot, stepping the back right leg in. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold over that front leg. Remember not to let your hips open. You really want to shift them to both face the top of your mat. You'll find that will help intensify the stretch to the side of the front leg. This time I just want you to place your palms down on the ground, step that left leg back, step that right leg back, drop the knees back to child's pose. Inhale yourself back to your knees. And we're going to take what's called Ustrasana or camel's pose. So I want you to inhale yourself up, and this is just a back bend. So place your palms right here so the fingertips are pointing down. You're going to support your low back. You're going to inhale to lift, and on the exhale, you'll push your hips forward as you reach and lean back with the chest. Inhale and exhale, not going beyond your comfort zone. If you can go deeper, you're welcome to take that option. Inhale, back to straight. Exhale, releasing hips to heels. Lower the forehead down. Release the arms. On your next inhale, go ahead and find yourself seated. This pose is called fish pose or Matsyasana. Similar to Ustrasana, our fingertips will find our sits bones. We'll slowly start to roll back until our elbows are touching the mat. We'll extend our legs out long. And as you open the heart, you let the head fall back. This is a very vulnerable pose, totally open and exposed. Notice how that feels in your body. Inhale to roll the head up, tuck the chin, bring yourself up. And let's just meet here in this boat pose hold. Recentering the body, our last bit of active work, and then releasing slowly to the earth. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Giving yourself a big, genuine hug. Thanking yourself and respecting yourself for going on this journey. And when you're ready, let the knees drop to the left side. Maybe they drop to a pillow. And you'll extend your right arm out long. You want to keep the right shoulder to the earth. And maybe the gaze looks over the right hand. As we start to close our practice. Inhaling again, knees to chest. The exhale takes them to the right. Left shoulder stays rooted to the earth, and the gaze looks out over the left hand. Deep breaths in, releasing everything that just built up. Releasing any judgment of how you did, what you thought it was supposed to look like. Inhale, knees back to chest for a final hug. And release your legs and arms to the mat. Take another deep inhale here, filling up the belly. Exhale to release the work away. And often we're so quick to want to end the practice, forgetting that the practice is designed to arrive in this savasana, this final pose of ending, so that we may be reborn from this pose after we close our practice. I'm going to read a brief reading of an opening meditation for Chakra 5, Vishuddha, from the Wheels of Life book, and then we'll close our practice together. Breathe deeply but slowly, so the breath is silent in your lungs. Feel your throat expand with the air coming in. Listen for nothing. Listen for the quiet. Listen deep within yourself for the place of stillness. Slowly breathe into this void, a deep and peaceful breath. In its infinite quiet, darkness fell upon itself, and in its emptiness, knew itself to be alone. And alone it desired another. In this desire, a ripple moved across the void, to fold and fold again upon itself, until it was no longer empty, and the void was full with birth. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently flutter the eyes and find yourself to one side of your mat, curled up, protected and safe, maybe resting the cheek on the bicep. Gently and without effort, raise yourself to a seated position. Eyes may still be closed or at a gentle gaze. We'll take a deep inhale together, arms lifting up overhead, exhaling them to our gut, gently resting on the abdomen. May you always speak from your gut. Lifting those palms to the heart center, reminding ourselves, may we always speak from the heart. And finally, resting the knuckles against your third eye center. May we always speak from our intuition. Inwardly nodding our heads to one another in gratitude for this time together. We close this practice. Thank you guys. Have a great day.